quiet morning in Carmel, anything but this morning. Authorities tell TV5 they uncovered a drug trafficking operation. More than 3,400 individual marijuana plants, along with another 111 pounds of processed marijuana, were seized. Brian Sullivan has more from the scene.
A normal morning, we were just getting up, getting ready for breakfast, and there was just a loud, sounded like gunshots, just loud bangs, and they were telling them to come out, and they had a warrant out for their arrest.
This is the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office. We have a warrant.
Video captured by neighbor Caitlin Lavasser Wednesday morning.
They're hauling out so much. Those cardboard boxes are full. There's 2 trash cans full. That red truck, the bed of the red truck, is getting full. I think it's weed.
This was a very substantial marijuana cultivation operation and trafficking in marijuana.
Sheriff Troy Morton says this investigation spanned more than a year.
Oftentimes, that's what we ask people is that when they're providing information at different times, why sometimes it takes a while to put an investigation together. And this was really a collaboration of community folks, the town, and others that were able to share information as it went along. The operation here really goes against all of those that run businesses legally in the state of Maine, whether it's medical or recreational, that are doing things by the standards and licensed appropriately. And in this case, you have those that undermine those companies and do this totally illegal, and on top of that, at extremely dangerous conditions that put both workers here and neighbors at risk in the way that it's being done.
It's a quiet town, so this was pretty juicy this morning.
Brian Sullivan, WABI TV5 News, Carmel.
Again, neighbors tell us they saw a number of people being taken into custody this morning. But at this hour, we are still waiting to hear from the Penobscot County Sheriff about those possible arrests and any charges that they may be facing.